Today is the day that I've been waiting for probably about 2 years. I think this whole adventure started back when Nate and Jordan first got on board. You guys remember? We've been talking about going to Colombia forever, and today we are getting ready to untie the lines and just doing final stow of everything before we head off on a night sail. Well, it's going to be 2 days to get to Santa Marta, Colombia. We're just waiting on our paperwork. So the rally paperwork is all getting cleared out at once. Susie's over doing that at shore. She got registered as an agent today so that we could avoid having to go through that hassle of putting all the boats back at the dock again. So that was very cool. And now we're just waiting on them to finish up at the police station, I guess, where they are doing all the clearing. And that should be any time. I just got notice that I think they've cleared out with all the paperwork, and now we're just waiting for our call to go pick up ours. So that should be soon, and then we are going to set off into the sunset, which you see is going to be soon. So the sun is going down real soon, within a couple of hours, and we should be at sea, settling in, just doing final prep and checks on the boat. Boat's in good shape, everything's done. We just need to open the mainsail. So that's next. I'm just putting up the jack lines, as you can see, stringing those along the boat. So working on that right now. That way we've got something for everybody to stay tied to if we do have to go out on deck at night, which of course we do not want to do, but sometimes we have to. But we're going to stay fairly cautious. We've got a night sail coming up tonight, so we'll probably just go up with a single reef in the main. Not going to go with full main. We're going to have at least 20 knots of wind behind us, so we don't really need a whole ton of sail up, and we don't want a lot of sail up if we're going to be sailing at night. So I'm going to leave a first reef in the main. That'll still give us plenty of push downwind, and it will leave enough at the head of the sail to allow wind to blow through and still inflate the genoa so it won't just collapse, because we're going to be almost dead downwind probably for at least the first 100 miles or so. So basically our course is we're going to head a little bit north of west and just kind of go around the tip of where Venezuela and Colombia are, that big peninsula that stands there. And about 100 miles from here, which should be sometime around dawn, we will jibe and then take the wind on the port side, and then just take that straight around the coast all the way down to Santa Marta, another about 150 miles or so. So that's the plan. The wind looks good, looks like it's going to hold for us for a good portion of the trip. It'll probably die out at some point for a little while, and then it'll probably come back strong as we come around the coast and get close to Santa Marta again. So that's what our forecast is showing now, but now with the new Iridium, at least we can check forecasts underway, so that's going to be awesome. Looking forward to that. Being able to get forecast at sea, haven't been able to do that in a while. My old satellite system died like 12 years ago. One of those old systems, I think by Global Star, and all their satellites fell out of the sky, so it wasn't very helpful after that. But anyway, back to tonight. The adventure continues. On with the show.
Here's delivery of your paperwork from Aruba.
Susie, you survived.
Oh, yes.
Customs, oh my God, that must have been a challenge.
Customs and immigration for 41 boats. Basically check out if you're going out of the port with other boats. Only one of you ring and say you're going out, you're the Susie 2 rally, and which boat. They don't want 41 boats ringing up.
Yeah.
Okay?
No, that's
cool.
good. Thanks for getting that all set up.
No problem.
Yeah, we're going to set out, I think, right at dusk, so I guess we'll see you on the other side.
Yeah, we'll see you in Santa Marta.
We had the party at Santa Marta.
Okay, bye.
You guys too. Have a good sail.
Bye.
Bye-bye. There we go. Paperwork. The last thing we were waiting for. Now all we need is for Alcino to get back from the grocery store, getting his last provisions, and we are good to go. Okay. Alright, that's our cue. Final unzip of the mainsail. Just about time to start the engine and get it warming up. Final check on instruments. Final check on Tiki. Tiki got fresh food and water. Yep. Check. Good girl. Hey, good girl. Yeah, even Tiki's ready. She'll be excited. She won't be excited about staying in there for 2 days, but she'll be excited. She loves going to sea also. And last crew member arrives.
So where should I get the paper?
We got it.
Okay.
Already dropped off.
Cool.
We're good to go. Oh, you want to let the bar down for him, please?
What's
that?
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Yep, it's time.
Just waiting on the bread to get here.
That's all our sentiment. It's time. Time to go. All right. Last check down here. Let's see. Turn on instruments. Turn on navigation lights. Anchor light that's on. Let's see. Okay, a little bit of background music. And as you can see, there's our new Iridium system up and running and doing a nice job reading our exact position, telling what we're doing, and our new bilge counter happily reporting what's going on in the bilge. One last look around Aruba. Bye bye Aruba. It was nice, but time to say goodbye and move on. Colombia, here we come. Ellie?
Sorry?
Grab a fender just in case we're going to get close to that guy. Moment we all wait for. Finally at sea, out offshore, time to kill all engines. We'll bring her down. And there we go. Back to silence. Beautiful. Listen to that. I think you see some of our neighbors scattered across the horizon over there beside us.
I think we're going to see it. It's too dark.
Yeah, a little dark. But we are underway. Finally. 2 thumbs up. Okay, take us up a bit.
store when we're rowdy and bored. Honey, can we catch some floating fireflies? Let them light our way tonight through the neverland skies. Oh, the whole night through. 'Cause we don't wanna grow up. We just wanna be young. Play and make believe. Come and rescue me. Feel the sun on my skin and scream. We don't wanna grow up. We just wanna have fun. Wild and free. Baby, we could dream farther than our eyes have ever seen. I don't wanna grow up. No, no, we don't wanna grow up. We just wanna be young. Come and rescue me. Feel the sun on my skin and scream.
Captain's log. We have been at sea for about 20 hours, having departed yesterday about 6, so yeah, 21 hours at sea, and it has been a fantastic day, night, everything on the water. As you remember, last night we had a beautiful sunset. It was just spectacular, and it was a very nice sailing night. The wind was very much dead astern, so it dropped a little bit after you know, maybe 9-10 o'clock, so our speed dropped from an average of 8.5 knots down to about 5.5 knots, and that's been consistent through today. It dropped off again as the sun came up. It was a very nice sunrise, but it dropped off again as the sun came up, and then it's been fairly steady through the day, just a little bit north of east, so again pretty much dead astern. As you can see, we are running wing on wing. So we've got the full mainsail out and the full Genoa running wing on wing, and we're averaging about 6 knots right now and just going dead downwind, about 20 degrees off our course, because if we put the jib over on the port tack, of course, then we're going to end up, it's going to be smothered behind the mainsail, so we were losing a lot of power through that. So we're trying to get a little bit more off the coast of Colombia and just out into the middle of the Caribbean Sea and pick up some fresh wind. There's supposed to be some more wind comes in tonight, maybe around 9-10 o'clock, so we're just going to maintain casual speeds until then. But in about 2 hours, just before dusk, we're going to put a reef in the mainsail again and then jibe over the jib and put back on our normal course. And that'll get us out into some better wind, get it more on the aft of the beam again, and head back towards Santa Marta. So that's the plan so far, and everything's been working out good so far. I'd say we didn't cover as much ground as we hoped because we did drop below 6 knots on average, but we're almost halfway. So ETA for Santa Marta looks to be about noon tomorrow, or Friday the 30th of November should be about noon. It's been very flat water, haven't had a lot of waves disrupting our course even though we've been dead downwind. They're just starting to pick up now. So they've been less than, I'd say, 4 feet, maybe 5 feet, and now they're just starting to pick up to 6 to 8 feet. And that'll probably increase during the course of the evening, because as we start going down the coast, you know, we're about 15 miles off the coast, but as we start making our bend around that last point towards Santa Marta, then yeah, the waves are going to start to get a little bit larger as they follow around and come in behind us. That's where the big shelf is, so that's where the water goes from thousands of feet up to hundreds of feet, and that's where the big waves start to build, and that's where everybody has the problems. There's been boats get knocked down there, boats get swamped, so we figured the best course of action was just going to be stay well wide of it, come way out here, and then head back, dread down, like straight down for Santa Marta. So that's our plan of action. So I guess tomorrow we'll let you know how that goes. So it's about 5:30 in the evening now. Just waiting for the sun to go down. Just finished squaring away the sails. We got us all, we're jibed over on port tack now. And of course the wind is dead astern. Couldn't be any more dead astern, so it's causing a lot of shadowing on the jib. The waves are starting to pick up a bit more, but it looks like we are going to have a beautiful sunset. It's looking like a nice evening. Just wait and see what happens with the waves. But here's what our sunset looks like so far. Wind has picked up a little bit though, so our average is close to 6 knots, which is a little more reasonable, but still going to put us a little bit more late again tomorrow unless we start picking up closer to 7-8 knots. So I guess we don't know until we see what the nighttime brings, but hopefully it steadies out and brings us something nice. Fingers crossed. But for now we're just settling in for the evening, getting ready for the sunset. Oh, big wave. And got the barbecue going over here, so got some dinner preparing over there that we'll be eating shortly. Gonna have some barbecue chicken and steak tonight, some corn, potatoes, a nice dinner on the water, and then settle back into our watches. So my watch is just about to finish at 6 p.m. and then we'll start our nighttime rotations and see how the night goes. But so far the skies are clear, the water, the horizon's clear. I've seen a few ships go by, nothing too major, like not a lot of ships or anything, but definitely some out here. A couple of big container ships we saw going by in the shipping channel here between us and the coast. But other than that, pretty quiet. Haven't seen any sailboats since we left, so everybody's out there somewhere.
You can see it here. Corn, onion, pepper. I have no idea. Steak, chicken, chorizo. Down the blue again.
It looks yummy.
It is yummy.
He's like, are we there yet?
I know.
Are we there yet? Hey, Kiki. Good girl. Hello. Good girl. Well, we are moving at least. Got some waves pushing us along now too. got a visitor for dinner? He jumped in the boat.
Yeah.
Guess he's hungry.
Yeah. Oh, he's pretty.
He's a
Back
lucky
to
one.
the sea.